reformed into love. Galatians 4:19, my little children, for whom I labor in birth again until Christ is formed in you. Colossians 1:27, to them God willed to make known what are the riches of the glory of his mystery among the Gentiles, which is Christ in you, the hope of glory. Colossians 3:14, but above all these things, put on love, which is the bond of perfection. 1 John 4:16, and we have known and believed the love that God has for us. God is love, and he who abides in love abides in God, and God in him. In Genesis 1, verse 27, it says that God created man in his image, and in the image of God, he created him, male and female, he created them. We were formed in our mother's womb by God. We were formed in the image of God, in the image of the first Adam. You see, because sin came in and separated us from becoming what we were meant to be, which was the image of God, the image of love. Sin separated us away from love and covered over what we were potentially to be. And we need to be reformed, remolded, reshaped back into the image of God. Jesus told Nicodemus when John chapter 13 that if anyone was to see the kingdom of God, he must be born again, that men are born of water, but they must be born again of the Spirit. We were created by God to love and to worship God, to be in the image of God, which is love, to worship him in spirit and in truth. But sin came and covered us. Instead of becoming love, we became in need of love. And we started looking for love in all sorts of forms in our flesh and in our lustful desires. And we became malformed. We became mutated through this sin and in desperate need of a fulfilling of this thing in our soul called love. We started to become self-serving, selfish, self-centered in what we called love. Love yourself. Love what you desire. Love the things that you need instead of becoming what you need, which is love. We want to be good. We want to be nice. We want to be helpful. But do we really want to become love? Because as we look in 1 Corinthians 13, Paul shows us what love is. It's patient. It's kind. I love the word patient because it means long suffering. It bears for a long time. It's patient. It's gentle. It's good. It's kind. It doesn't boast. It doesn't see itself as something it needs to be puffed up and needs to be seen. Love gives. And we see that demonstrated in the cross of Jesus Christ. As God so loved the world, he gave us his only son, that if we would just believe in him, we would then, by the transformation of our own minds, become transformed back into the image of God, back into the image of love. Love holds no record of suffered wrong. It's not boastful. It does not think more highly of itself. Love is not hurt by someone. Love hurts for someone. If we're constantly being hurt by others that we love, then we're allowing them to be manipulative of our emotions. And we say that, well, God gave me these emotions. No, Adam gave you these emotions through sin. God gave us the emotion and the compassion to love as he loves, to be free as he is free. Love is that which perfects us through the transformation, through self-sacrifice and humility. Love lays down its own life for a sacrifice for another. We must be reformed back into the image of him who created us, back into the image of love. How do we do this? By realizing that we are in desperate need of love. If we don't know what it is we're looking for, how will we ever know it when we find it? And it's not a thing of the flesh. It's not a tingling sensation. It's a conscious decision to follow Jesus and never look back. It's a conscious decision to say, God, you are worthy of all of my adoration. You are worthy of all of my praise. You are worthy, O God, of everything I can give you that possibly reflects you, Jesus. I desire to be consumed by who you are because you're worthy of all my affection, all of my attention. All of my gifts I give to you as a willing sacrifice. And I tell my flesh to be silent, and I crucify you with Jesus. That just in our baptism, we died to sin and arose to righteousness. We die to ourself and become who he's called us to be. Reborn and reformed into the image and likeness of him. I love the old hymn that says, melt me, mold me, use me. That's what we need to become. Love.